Hey, it's Amanda, and I wanted to talk just a little bit about one of my new 2022 Christmas arrangements. I've wanted to do O Come O Come Emmanuel for years, and so I finally sat down to do it. It's a late intermediate arrangement because it goes into the key of C sharp minor. But I just wanted to explain kind of like the thought process behind the whole arrangement. It starts off really, really slowly. And the idea with that is the whole Jewish expectation of the Messiah coming. Like, it was a prophecy hundreds of years before it happened. And so you had these people who were waiting and waiting and waiting. So the introduction is long. And the first verse is slower, and it has a lot of pauses for reflection, I guess you could call it, in between. It speeds up a little bit for the second verse, which kind of in my mind is like when it's getting closer and like you know it's time. And then the third verse, it modulates, and then I throw in a lot of major chords because when Christ did eventually come and fulfill the promise, it was a time of rejoicing, but at the same time, there was still a touch of sadness because the Jews' expectations were wrong. Like, they thought that he was gonna set them free from Rome, and he didn't. He came and he brought salvation for all mankind. And so it was almost like one of those, in my mind, it's a time of conflict because yes, the Messiah is here and they know he's the Messiah, but he's not fulfilling their expectations like they thought. And so I like just pulling that in, like kind of the battle. So like the third verse does have a lot of major chords in it, but it still has minor chords. But of course I had to end on a picardy third because I like ending minor keys and, you know, the final major chord. But that also applies really well to this one because it's like, even though their expectations were wrong and even though their hope they thought was lost, but it really wasn't, because Jesus came as the Messiah and he gave eternal life for all who believe. So it ends on a positive note. It has to end on a positive note. So I will play it for you, but that's kind of the arranging thought process behind why I'm arranging it like I did.